What the fuck, Colossal Order? You done a good job. You done a good job indeed. I am okay. So today, well, actually a few days before this video, a patch was released for City Skylines, and that include, for the most part, landscaping. This is a very good feature. This is a very good feature. Okay, I'd like to talk a little bit about this. So, I don't know where to start. Let's just say the last expansion pack was kind of disappointing for many people because they were not taking advantage of the full potential of the game, right? They made a minigame within a game. In this case, they expanded upon the game. Okay, that is good. Let me show you why. So, we now have a terraforming tool, which you already had a mod that is something similarly, but this is much more cooler. First off, yeah, sure, you have rocks you can place. These rocks are alright. They're good feeling for sure. They fill up the areas that you would normally have to fill with trees, or you can't make landscapes because I don't think you can make them bigger. I'm trying to scroll and doing all kind of things. No, but they fill up space, and that is good. Okay, this is a good feature. This is all right. It's aesthetic, but it's all right. Okay, you can. The rotation still, like the user interface, still bad. Okay, I don't care how much of a fanboy you are. Hear me up. The UI is bad. The usability is bad. It still is. But you get to place rocks. You can actually even make them intersect, which I kind of appreciate that they don't tell you, oh, the object is too close to this one. So you can make like fancy looking, rocks, right? Just by combining many of them, which is kind of cool, right? You can make weird things like this, right? And it looks like pretty much like one unified thing, right? So you can make a very rocky area. That is a possibility. That is something you can do. I will be destroying a building if I do that. You have smaller rocks as well, so you can make all sort of decorations with this. This is very good, okay? But there is more, of course. Let's go here first. So, first off, something I like to highlight. And I'm gonna pause the game because still during nighttime you can't do anything. You can't see anything. That is still a problem. Again, one of the many things, it's Colossal Order. They don't do things right for the most part, but they do some things right? So in this case, you're gonna see something that is done really well, which is these lines that help you know the units, the vertical units, if you may, of the surface, which is really important because otherwise, I mean, when you look at this, you don't really know like how high this is or this is or this is or this is. But whenever you activate this, oh, it's so much clearer, right? Especially when you start to use one of these tools and you click and drag, and you can clearly see the 3D shape of what you just created. Okay. Now here is where they fuck up. Because this is Colossal Order, and they will go ahead and fuck up something great that they just made. There is some weird ass soil availability bar that basically, as you start to either raise the terrain or lower the terrain, you have to do the inverse somewhere else. So I raised the terrain here, so that means I have to go lower it somewhere else. So that bar on the top left is starting to fill up. Once that's done, I can come back here and continue doing what I wanted to do. This is a pain in the butt. This has no gameplay value. This is bullshit. This is, and sure, mods will fix it. Mods will fix it. I'm tired of listening to mods will fix it. Okay, because it's like even we are saying that it needs fixing. Like we are even admitting that it's wrong and that it needs to be corrected. Okay, like it's a bad phrase. No, the developer should do it right. The developer should do it right. The developer should fix it. Okay. In either case, this is annoying because you can go, oh, then I can tweak and do landscaping and all that. Yeah, you will, but you're gonna have to every like 10 seconds you're gonna have to go somewhere else and dump or get more soil, so then you can use it again here. And you may go, well, but that's kind of cool, because whenever they raise the terrain in a city, you have to well, basically, I mean, if you're gonna say you're gonna make a hole, right, you're gonna have to dump that somewhere else, right? So you're saying, well, that is realistic. Yeah, but realism normally doesn't work well with video games, mostly because realism is boring, okay? And people really just want to terraform. People just want to terraform, and they are paying the cost of terraforming with this, right? With the money. So that means that every time you terraform, you have to then terraform the inverse somewhere else. Basically, it's annoying to keep track of that, okay? I just want to terraform. Yes, a mod will fix it. That said, this is pretty cool. Basically, you have the shift terrain up and down. You can change the intensity, actually, right? So you can make it very slow or medium or faster, which is great. You get to use a smaller brush for this. You get to use a bigger brush for this. And you even get to level the terrain at some height if you wish. Oh, fuck. But of course, the too much soil gets in the way, so I don't know how to get rid of this. We need to level this backward somewhere else. Okay. It's a very annoying thing. Again, a mod will fix it, I guess. Because this is Colossal Order. I love the guys, but they do things halfway. Like, they do, in this case, not halfway because they forgot a part, but because they were like, oh, you know what, it would be very cool? No, it wouldn't. But anyways, we're stuck with this. You can soften the terrain, which will also affect the soil availability. So if you're fucked up there, then it won't work, and you have to release the fuck. Anyways, and also slope, right? So you can make a slope, which is basically, in other words, the plateau tool of SimCity 4 terraforming tool, which is it's a pretty nifty tool you can make fancy things with, right? And then I don't have enough soil. Fuck this. That said, there's still more to it. This is the regular, park stuff. For some reason, they still don't have a brush for trees. Again, halfwaying do things. So you're still gonna have to rely on a mod for this. So if you want to make all of this area, bushy, because you like bushy things, then you're gonna have to click a lot. And a better, your mouse better have a lot of clicks, and if it's lifespan, otherwise you're gonna be throwing away a lot of mouses. Anyways, the thing that I really wanted to praise them for was not necessarily this, although this is well done, except for the soil availability, which just gets in the way of gameplay instead of adding value. Okay, in game design, you need to figure out if something gets in the way of gameplay or adds to the gameplay. I feel this gets in the way of the enjoyment, right? I think that I'm paying money for making these changes, and that should be enough. That said, there is something more to it, and it's the water structures. You can now make a quay, which we already put a mod up on our curated mods gallery, which is place quays everywhere. You can place a flood wall, so that whenever you screw up with water, it never really gets into your city. Unfortunately, like, water levels can go up and down, especially because it works like jelly on City Skylines. Like, if a little bit of water just gets onto the city, will start to travel the city forever, right? So there's not much point for this. Kind of, you can just play with this if you want, but basically you can make this, right? And it's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. I don't know if you can change the height of this. No. But here's something more interesting. Oh, way more interesting. A canal. You can make a shallow canal, medium canal, or you can make a deep canal. And let me show you how this works. So basically, in this case, it will be very dependent on what kind of city you got and what's the terrain like. But with a lot of patience and creativity, you can definitely do great things. And let me give you some very quick example of that. So let's say we take this. This is fairly high, but we'll find a way to make it work. Basically, we're gonna take this tool, Right, we're gonna take the deep one because this is a very high terrain. Okay, this is very high. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go around, right, and around and around. And this is basically what we've been doing so far with mods, right? But of course they were blocky and just not that interesting. And this is most certainly interesting. The reason why is because it's taking advantage of something they put a lot of time into and they were not fully capitalizing on it, which is of course the water system in the game, right? So whenever I hit play, water is gonna slowly attempt to go inside this canal. Okay, again, this one is too steep, but I think on this side it may actually work better. Right, so as you can see, water is making its way in, so you can actually have a canal that is just filled with water, right? And again, during night we're not gonna see much, but I can use the lantern that is the pointer of the mouse, so we can see actually what's happening. And oh no, it's actually happening on this side. Maybe it has some sort of like sucking action to it, because otherwise you shouldn't actually go in, which is good. It's good, right? And look at this. This looks beautiful. I mean, I just made this in like 2 seconds, but if you take enough time, you can make a really, really beautiful thing. Like actually you would draw the canal first and then actually place the roads around it, right? Like that would be great. Okay, here we have some overflow. Okay, they actually have indicators for this. Okay, so now we have the issue of the water forever flowing into the city. That yeah, hopefully it dries out. But yeah, once that you know, all the excitement is done, look at that, the water is still and just flowing through this. Okay, this is a terrible example, but it already looks beautiful, right? This curve is so sexy. So this is like, just think of the possibilities. Like again, this is something I just made while talking on a city that is not prepared for it, but make a city from scratch with this in mind. You're gonna be able to make beautiful cities. Okay, we're having some more issues here. Okay, so apparently we did need to make some more of this. What we're gonna do is actually we're gonna take the opportunity and just build this. Again, I'm just making this on the fly. I'm not even gonna be saving this, in case you were wondering, but who would? But oh boy, yeah, I live with myself 24/7, in case you were wondering how do I do that. Yep, just you get used to me. I got used to me. Right, okay, this is stupid, but you get the idea, right? Just one more thing. Can I place a tree on here? Oh no, that would have been great, because this looks like grass. But anyways, you can also see that the trees and the paths having moved to here, they're no longer at parks. So in case you were looking for them, yeah, they're gone. They're now at terraforming, or landscaping as they call it. I just call it terraforming because of SimCity 4. But anyways, this looks great, right? And well, I mean, not this one, but you can just picture what you could do with this. And what I like about this feature is, again, they're using a feature that they made a long time ago that took a lot of time, and they weren't really using it, right? They were not really using it. Like, oh, place, you know, these pipes upstream and this downstream. Yeah, this upstream, where is it? Okay, this upstream and this downstream, and that's it, right? Like like you spent so much in making a fluid system just for that. That is not that cool. But now that you can actually do stuff like this makes way more sense. Okay, still not too much sense, but it makes more sense to have this fluid system, which we normally, you know, the fluid system is really just taking a lot of hit on the CPU, and still it's not being as available as it could be, right? Because water levels don't go up and down, so why would you need a dynamic system for that, right? You just set a height for the sea level and that's it, like on SimCity 4. But this starts to make it more interesting because you can play with water, right? You can make things. Actually, let's see if we can make a shallower, like medium canal, and see if it actually it'd be nice to go like underwater. I'm pressing buttons, but nothing's happening. So yeah, you can't go under a road. I guess you would have to maybe make a bridge. Yeah, a bridge would work just fine, I would guess, if you would have the space. Oh, what the fuck is this? Elevation step. Oh, holy shit. Wait, what? Huh? There we go. It's just assuming it's like a river, and it's making a bridge. Or there you go. Okay, nice. An elevation step, I'm not sure, but it has not, yeah, the information has not been updated on that. But let's see what happens if I start to build this. There you go. Okay, this is this, and what happens is if I do this, I think nothing. I'm not sure. This is why you learn about things before you actually make a video. So then you're not like, what the fuck? But yeah. Besides that, I mean, this should give you an idea of what you should be able to do, right? I mean, like, I just want to throw away the city and start anew just because of this. It's worth, like now I want to, not like with snow shit, but this, I want to start a new city, like truly, and make it all over again, just to, like, because this is beautiful. This shit is beautiful. And if you don't want to start a new city, guess the fuck what? You can do it on your city right away. How fucking awesome is that? You don't have to restart the whole city to use one feature. Mic drop right now. I mean, if it wasn't that expensive, I would drop the mic, but that is not the case. That said, this is a very good thing. Again, they flugged up with this. They flugged up with the fact that you're not gonna be able to do a lot of changes or what have you without, you know, dumping soil somewhere else. That is stupid. That is stupid. There is no fun in that. That I don't. Just wrong. Ask any game designer. That is just and still during night you're not gonna be able to do much. They should do a night more like SimCity 4 or SimCity 2013 had. I know I compared to those games a lot, but because those games were polished, like you know, I would compare SimCity to this when I want to talk about the size of things or the modding community, right? Which was, you know, very small, and the city as well was small in SimCity 2013. But whenever I need to compare to a polished game of these kinds, SimCity is of course the best to do that, not Cities XL. That game was not polished at all. It has an even worse user interface than this. But although it did have some fancy tools, to be fair. But anyways, you can't really operate. Well, I mean, I don't have enough soil to do this, but I can't. But if I could, let's just remove soil, I guess. Like, you don't really know what's happening during the night, and you can't play during the night. And unlike SimCity, you can't change, you know, force SimCity 4. You can't just make it daylight. Right, you have to wait. While on those games, they would have bluish nights, but they were actually quite bright. You could see the entire terrain, you could see everything, and I think that is important because, or at least make it so whenever you are on one of the tools, right? Make everything brighter and bluer, so you know it's moonlight and not just, you know, that it's daylight again, just so that you have enough light to work with, right? So these are small usability things and some weird ass last minute gameplay shoved added to make it more interesting and have the inverse effect have on it. That said, it's still great. Okay, in spite of this, like, this is beautiful, not in the way it looks, but the potential. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this update. This is the best thing that to happen to City Skylines for me since After Dark, really, because After Dark is beautiful. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Yes, it is. Look at this. Just beautiful city lights, man. And which makes you wonder, is really the best things that Colossal Order puts out to be free? is that so? Then if that is the case, then what is the incentive in getting their expansion packs other than, of course, supporting them, which is not necessarily the best business model. Like it's like if they had a Patreon, right? You just want to support them. Yeah, you can donate to Patreon, I guess, if they had one, but I think they should wrap their heads around better expansions, because again, After Dark, the best bit was free. Okay, Snowfall, what was free on that? Let me check really quickly. What was in Snowfall? Heat, I think it was free. Yeah, it was free. Heat is free, but that is not really a thing. Yeah, so like so far, if you bought the base game, you are fine. So it's not to complain. I don't want them to become Electronic Arts and Electronic Arts, not Hearts, by the way, Electronic Arts, and just milk the crap out of this with like The Sims, right? I definitely like that they put out great new gameplay for free for everybody to enjoy and increase the quality of their base product. That said, I think they should make more interesting expansion packs, and make them worth it, right? So you want to get it. Oh man, this looks beautiful. And this is, by the way, nothing to do with the patch, but just beautiful. So yeah, I don't know their business model. It's not clear to me really, but anyways, this patch is great, except for the fact that they closely ordered it with this and a few other things. For the most part, it's great. Okay, so props to them, because they capitalized on something they made a long time ago, which is the water system, and they're finally giving a new use to it. And I am pretty confident they could actually come up with even more things like that. They should make use of water, because that is the unique thing that they have. Okay, and if you have a unique feature, you need to exploit it, because no one else can. Okay, and that's where you get the applauses from. Anyways, that is all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you would like to see more City Skylines, let me know. I'm currently swapping between games and trying to figure out really what I want to do, but this patch was interesting enough to make a video about it, so there we go. In either case, you're gonna find Jan doing City Skylines every day on stream, as well as Fallon playing random games during the night. That is all for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.
Oh, this is the most satisfying thing ever. We are God in SimCity 4. Wow, that was loud. Oh, you're gonna eat that, huh? You're gonna eat it. I see. What? Nothing. Okay.
And now she is tossing that salad with her... Stop sticking your finger in your ear! Alright, she's tossing the salad with her earwax.
It does. It does them really well. Okay.
Oh, they're coming for you, Pablo!
Shit,
Run!
Oh, yeah. These road trips, man, are killing me. Anyway, let me know whenever we are recording. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Extended Play. I'm your host, this is Stuart, and that is a fancy sign. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.